Hurricanes can be a very real threat to life everywhere, so it's important to understand their formation and effects. Hurricanes can be up to 600 miles across, and they're made up of strong winds that spiral inward and upward from 75 miles per hour to 200 miles per hour. Hurricanes can be 10 miles per hour to 20 miles per hour over open ocean. As they move, they gather heat and energy. The eye of the hurricane, or the center of the spiral, is the calmest part. In the eye, there are only light winds, and the weather is not turbulent at all. Hurricanes move in a counterclockwise direction around the eye in the northern hemisphere, and they move clockwise around the eye in the southern hemisphere. On land, hurricanes are characterized by heavy rain, strong winds, and large waves. Many different factors can cause hurricanes. For example, they can form over warm water of 80 degrees Fahrenheit or even warmer. When winds blow in the same direct at the same speed, air is forced upward from the ocean surface. Winds then flow outward above the storm, which allows the air below to rise. Hurricanes also form between 5 to 15 degrees of latitude, both north and south of the equator. Hurricanes also have a noticeably devastating effect on coastal beaches. Hurricanes cause coastal beach erosion, or the removal of beach or sand sediments or dune sediments. Storm surge is the bulge of water that washes onto shore during a storm. Storm surge can be measured as the difference between the height of the storm tide and the predicted include the intensity of a storm, the size of a storm, the translational speed, the angle of approach to the coast, the landfall location, the bottom slope at the location, and most of all, the central pressure deficit. Low atmospheric pressure and large storms can create a greater storm surge and flooding at the shore. Water surface elevations at the shoreline are a combination of average water level determined by the wind setup and the wave setup. Hurricane winds generate in the ocean. Waves propagate into shallow water, and wave heights increase due to a process called shallowing. Essentially, as the heights increase, waves eventually break and impart their momentum to the water. This causes offshore flow near the surface and offshore flow or undertow near the bottom. This influences the overall elevation in water and level at the coast. Studying the effects of hurricanes is extremely important as they can greatly influence coasts. How the storm forms. Hurricanes are like giant engines that use warm, moist air as fuel. That is why they form only over warm ocean waters near the equator. The warm, moist air over the ocean rises upward from near the surface. Because this air moves up and away from the surface, there is less air near the surface. Another way to say the same thing is that the warm air rises, causing an area of low air pressure below. Air from surrounding areas with higher air pressure pushes into the low pressure area. Then that new air becomes warm and moist and rises too. As the warm air continues to rise, the surrounding air swirls in to take its place. One effect that hurricanes can have on coasts is erosion. Beach erosion is a common result of the high waves that occur when hurricanes move onto land. Beach erosion occurs when waves and currents remove sand from the beach system. The loss of sand causes the beach to become narrower and lower in elevation. Storm waves carry the sand offshore, depositing and storing the sediment in large sandbars. Beach erosion is a serious threat to coastal counties around the United States. A series of storms can cause significant retreat of the shoreline, leaving coastal property more vulnerable to future storms.